Hello and welcome to Videoguys Live. You give us 15 to 30 minutes. We're going to teach you about products, technology, vendors, new stuff in our industry. Today's show, an overview on Panasonic. The Panasonic Connect team has a full suite of products, including PTZ cameras, PTZ controllers, and a new IP-based switching system called Kairos. So we're going to get to that later on in the show. But first, I really want to start by diving into their PTZ cameras. And we sell a lot of PTZ cameras from a lot of vendors, but we consider Panasonic to be our, Lamborghini, Cadillac, top of line, top shelf, primo bourbon line of PTZ controllers. They break their controllers into three families: the Pro Series, which is really intended for AV conferencing. They have their premium models, which are really for studio, house of worship, corporate, educational, and their platinum line, which we started using the term flagship cameras. I think it really applies. That's their UE150 and UE160. These are the best of the best. These are the ones that are used like in event spaces. So we're going to get to those too. But let's start with the Pro Series. The Pro Series has two cameras, the HE20. Well, actually it becomes four because each one's available in black and white, but they have the HE20 and the UE20. The HE20 is HDMI and SDI 12X. The UE20 adds 4K, Zoom Certified USB cameras, ideal for web conferencing, very flexible. They're great little cameras starting at under $1,000. We feel that they give you a very strong baseline, and there's no reason you can't use them in a small studio if you're an influencer or you're creating your own product spotlight type videos. But we really consider those to be in the AV conference room kind of 12X close-up relative zoom. And they have another camera in that family that we really like. It's called the UE4, and it's an ePTZ camera. So basically what this thing does is it shoots in 4K, but it allows you to grab HD fields of interest from that image. So you actually zoom digitally by selecting parts of the 4K image. What's really cool about that is you could set 2 or 3 presets up and switch between them, and it actually appears that you have multiple cameras. This is great for people who are setting up a camera like in a bar, if you want to have a space in the back of the room where you want to be able to focus in on the guitarist, the whole band, the lead singer, whatever you got. You can do stuff like that. It's also really good for conference rooms. And we also think it's a very cool thing in an educational setting where you can put it in the back of the room showing the teacher with everything's there, but then you can have a zoom in on the teacher on their desk, or maybe it's on the periodic table or whatever they're using for the classroom. So 3 very good cameras, each with their own specific niches. And like we showed you, starting at under $1,000. Pardon me, need a sip. Next up is the Premium Series. The Premium Series, these are really their next level cameras. They have NDI-HX capabilities. They have SRT. They have the ability to be integrated into systems with like NewTek TriCasters or OBS or vMix. Flexible mounting solutions, PoE, and power over Ethernet means you can power them over your network cabling as well as with the NDI. They have image stabilizers, they have auto tracking, and they are very, very quiet compared to other cameras with the same kind of specs. So basically it's 3 cameras, and the difference between the cameras is strictly connectivity. They're all 4K. You have the 40 starting at 2830, and that gives you HDMI. You have the 50, which adds SDI, 3G SDI. And then you have the 80, which gives you 3G SDI, SRT, and it also gives you PoE++, a little bit bigger camera. They're all 24x zoom, so they're great to be putting. You can put them in the back of the room or on the side or on the front. These are very good cameras to put in the back of a average, medium to large size house of worship. They're also good for putting in like a middle school or high school auditorium or a conference room or a boardroom. Good cameras that can be used in a studio. We've used these in our studios before in the past to fill in as the camera that when I turn over here, I have that emphasis camera over here. Now, right now, we're actually using another vendor's camera, but it's that right, 24x throw that we like to use for a camera that's sitting over there. Then we have the Platinum Series. These are the big dogs, the big kahunas. These are the ones that are used by venues when you're watching a concert or you're seeing a special show, even from something like a main event like the World Series or the Super Bowl, or someone on a tour celebrating all their shows they ever did. You'll find that they're using these Panasonic cameras. If you're going fishing, because that's the kind of music you like, they're using these kind of cameras. They have 1-inch sensors. They support XLR, their HDMI, their 12 gig SDI, their SRT, their full NDI and NDI HX3. They have phase detection autofocus. They work with AR and VR systems, and they can even be used with 2110 support. So there's 3 cameras in that camera line. I'm going to go about it a little oddly. I'm going to start with the UE150. That's the one in the middle for $99.95, $10,000. That is the workhorse camera that's probably the best-selling flagship professional camera in the industry in the world. It is everywhere that people are doing professional level broadcasts as well as streaming. You're talking 20x. You've got HDI and HX upgradable, a 1-inch MOS center. It's got 12 sensor, 12G SDI, HDMI, fiber, PoE++. It is a phenomenal camera. Now there's also available the little bit less money, the UE100. It's a little bit less of a camera sensor. It does have the built-in NDI HX3, 4K P60, and that's $72.95. And then there's the brand new unit, the UE160. It is the big dog, the monster, the top camera we sell. It's $14,495, almost $15,000, but this puppy supports everything. It's 4K. It's 4K P60. It's 2110. It is a 1-inch CMOS. It's got NDI full and HX built into it, 20x zoom, SRT fiber, PoE++, just a phenomenal, phenomenal camera. If you're looking to outfit an event space, these are the cameras that you go with, the Platinum series from Panasonic. Right now, Panasonic, who normally doesn't really do a lot of promotions, is running a promotion where you can get a free RP150 remote camera controller. We get to that shortly in the camera controller section with the purchase of 3 UE160s. So there's the math. I understand people watch this as saying $43,000 for 3 cameras and a controller. Who do you think I am? Well, I know these aren't for everybody. But if you're outfitting a venue, if you represent a venue or a college university with a main auditorium or a gymnasium that you really want the best of the best, that's where these come in. That's what these are designed for. I'm going to get to the remote control later, but when you're doing these, it's like you're flying a drone, and in the hands of a pilot who knows what he's doing, it's amazing what you can produce with these UE160s and the RP150 controller. Also, we're real excited. Right now, it's become recently available. Panasonic has an outdoor camera, the UR100. This is a 4K PTZ camera. It's got NDI built to it. It's got the 1 to 2.5 MOS sensor, PoE++. It's got SDI, it's got fiber, it's got SRT, and it's got the all flavors NDI. 4K P60, great for sports, 24x optical zoom. At $10,000 for an outdoor camera that's built to be outdoors, I really like this one. Guys, if you're gonna put a camera outdoors, you can't nickel and dime yourself, or you're gonna be replacing it every season. And by season, I don't mean every baseball season. I mean every change of seasons. You really need a good camera that's built to be outdoors. That's what this is built for. And if you're trying to put them on outdoors on a football field, on a racetrack, on a golf course, these are the ones we're talking about. The UR100 4K integrated cameras, a phenomenal outdoor camera, durable to withstand even the harshest environments because it meets all IP65 standards. If you're using 1 or 2 PTZ cameras, you can get away with presets. You can get away with using the controller that's built into your TriCaster or your vMix, your OBS. But if you're going to be getting 2 or more cameras, and especially if it's 3 or more, you really need to have a dedicated PTZ controller, especially if you intend to use those cameras to track or move with talent or action that's happening on or off the field or whatever you're shooting. So Panasonic has 3 control options to choose from. They have their RP60, they have their RP150 and software options. We're going to talk about the 2 hardware ones right now. The joysticks feel phenomenal. You've got presets and all these magic buttons on them. These really are the top of the line controllers when you really have to have that level of sensitivity and control that, like I said, it's like flying a drone. So let's start with the RP60. It's got a $2,410 price point. It's got 200 IP connections, 5 serial connections, a joystick. It's PoE. It has user assignable buttons, function keys, advanced joystick. This is a great, great selection, especially if you're going to be using it with those UE 40, 50, or 80s, or the 150s or the 160s. If you're going to be really using the 150s or the 160s, though, and you're in that kind of price range, you really need to get your hands on an RP150. It is by far and away the best joystick we sell. It is tremendous. The feel of the throttle on the joystick, because it feels more like a throttle, like you're, you know, flying a plane or something. It is so amazing. I've seen this in the hands of skilled operators, and you would think there was a cameraman right on the field with them. It's got such great, you know, features, monitoring via SDI, you've got camera tracing memory stores, you've got PoE Plus, you got touchscreen interface, an SD card slot to save your production settings, and 4K crop frame control. It is the best of the best, guys. And I know some of you are looking at these price tags and saying it's not for me. Basically, these are for companies, corporations that do events, that do professional productions, that do live productions, that are doing productions where, you know, it's something for broadcast, it's something for OTT, it's something for a venue. This is the kind of stuff we're talking about. And when you put the UE150 or the UE160 together with an RP150 controller, you have the best of the best when it comes to remote PTZ control and operation. Oh, I forgot in the beginning of the show to mention this. Panasonic also has a new affordable switcher, the AV-HSW10 Compact IP switcher. I really love this little switcher. It's $59.95, but it really gives you the best of both worlds. And what I mean by that is HDMI and SDI, and it supports NDI. It's a great little switcher, mixer, controls solution for everything that you're doing with mixing your show. You get, I believe it's up to three or four inputs. It does a great job. Automatic color adjust. You can color sync your cameras, your multicam, your videos together. It's a great little production switcher. As you can see, it's real basic, which makes it easy to use. So it's great for a situation where you can have a volunteer or kids using it. So I love it for high schools. I love it for houses of worship. I think it's really great. Or a conference room or a corporate center where you're not going to really have someone who's a professional operator. And once again, when you get into things like vMix and OBS and a TriCaster, you definitely get more features and capability in something like this, but those come with a level of complexity. The beauty of this puppy is it's so easy to use and operate. So once again, call us 800-323-2325 to find the right PTZ camera for you. And we're talking about that bundle with the three 160s and the RP150. But also, if you want a venue that you really want someone local who can come in, who can help you mount these cameras, tie them all together into your system, we have a network of dealers throughout the country who are there and ready to help you. So you can give us a call and we'll find out what you need. And then we'll get you in touch with a local integrator who can install it and set it up and train you how to use it at your facility. So never forget that we have that capability. We're very excited about that. And we want you to be able to take advantage of that as well. Coming up next, the Panasonic Connect Kairos. We're going to tell you all about this revolutionary IP-based video switching and streaming solution. All right, we're back. The Kairos. What is Kairos? Kairos, if we can bring this up full screen, this is a revolutionary live production system by the folks at Panasonic that's entitled to be, that while it supports baseband, it's completely IP based. What that means is it's strictly IP. However, you can get baseband type cards or converters that you use with it. So you could still bring in SDI or HDMI, but it's really designed for IP workflows. I really love about this product is it's intended for both in-venue and outside streaming and production at the same time. I'm going to get that a little bit more as we go into the different things that the product offers. But this is a next generation live switching and streaming solution. And I want to stress that you can't buy this directly from Videoguys. As we said earlier in the show, we have a network of integrators, system integrators and VARs throughout the country. And if you are looking to get into one of these systems, by all means, give us a call and we will help put you in touch with a Panasonic authorized dealer who can get you going, install this product for you, and also train you on it and go over all your needs on how to make it work, because Kairos is a next generation product. We love it, but it's something that does require some professional level installation, commissioning, and training for you to get up to using it. But if you do decide to switch your system from whatever you're using currently to a Kairos, you are going to be blown away at the level of features and functionality that it gives you. So the first thing I got to explain to you is this multi-screen format-free canvas that a Kairos produces. Now, if you're used to being in a event space, you'll see that there aren't just screens that are the same shape and size as a TV screen. A lot of those screens are oddball shaped. Some of them are on a curved wall. Some of them are vertical. Some of them are in the shape of an octagon or a circle. Some of them might be parallel. You might have a situation where it's a big house of worship where behind the preacher up on the wall, behind him is a big large screen, then multiple other panes where there's video on those other panes or in a concert. That's what this Kairos canvas is and what it's designed to do. So it can put video on all sizes and shapes of video, and you draw a canvas and you decide what you're going to send where based on your production producing to the canvas, not to the specific screens or screen sizes that normally you'd be limited to if using a traditional mixer or switcher solution. So you can composite all kinds of crazy videos with multiple layers going to different screens at the same time. So as you can see from here, one single team could support in-venue and outside venue. You could be in the church in an overflow view. You could have the screens that are up in the concert hall at the same time. One team, all screens, native aspect resolutions and ratios. And once again, you could be producing for in-venue and out-of-venue simultaneously at the same time. You've got crazy flexible I/O. Why? Because you could do ST2110, that's the new SMPTE standard. You could do NDI. You can do SRT, RTMP, and all those other signals. You can go with different resolutions and frame rates on any screen, anywhere on the canvas. And the output signals can be completely flexibly controlled. I know this is kind of overwhelming when people are seeing this, but I've got to tell you, if you're trying to do an event space, this is the way to go. Here's a look at it. It really consists of two pieces. You're going to have your basic, your Kairos head end. That's the computer that's running everything. As you can see here, this is one that's configured with some SDI and HDMI ports as well. And then you're also going to have a control surface that they have different size control surface that you'll use to run your Kairos. And one of the things I have to stress is this is also a REMI solution. So if I have a control surface here in New York, but we're running our Kairos system in Texas, I could be going right into controlling and running a show from here to Texas and vice versa. It is truly a ST2110 IP-based solution, and that IP can live within your network and externally for remote productions as well. Super low latency, high quality, incredible solution. If you're gonna have any interest in this, give us a call. We're gonna hook you up with a local dealer, and that local dealer is gonna get together with you and Panasonic to give you a demo to start with, of a remote demo of how it works. And then if you're interested further, he'll come visit your facility and start scoping and trying to figure out just what's the right thing to do that. But I want to stress that we're going to put you in touch with a local integrator if you're interested in the Kairos, but that doesn't mean you can't call us, and we can do a little vetting, find out what's there. So when we hand you off to the local integrator, we make sure he knows what you're looking for and that he's got the skills and the experience and the understanding of technology that you need to get you the best possible Kairos solution. So I talk about Kairos for venues. So let's talk about this. You're going to do a concert hall. You're producing concerts in a coliseum, or your rental house who does it, or maybe you're putting up we have a lot of these little venues that have popped up in New York. One's called the Paramount that they hold about 1,500 seats. Well, you can put a Kairos in there, and now you can stream the show, as well as throwing video on screens all over facilities. So that means the video could be within the concert space. It could be over the bars outside. It could be in the lobby. It could be in the restaurant next door. And you can bring in whatever level of video you want to fit that. So if you're putting some architectural screens in that are oddball shaped, maybe even the bathrooms, whatever you want to do, you can send the video of the concert while it's going on at the same time that you can be streaming it externally anywhere in the world. And everyone gets the video they're supposed to get for the screen they're supposed to get, because you're putting the video out on a canvas. And it's really remarkable what you could do. And that includes curved and flexible LED walls. It's amazing what you can do. And basically, if you're a venue that's thinking about putting LED walls into your facility, you should be thinking about putting Kairos at the head end for your switching. House of worship. This is what I was describing before. You know, this is where you've got the big house of worship. You've got the screens on the side. You've got the screens behind. And you want this to be just an all engaging. It's not just worship. It is an event. It is a spectacular. And that's where, you know, a Kairos system can take it to the next level. And once again, If you're a house of worship that's thinking about putting in LED screens behind the altar or on the sides or in overflow rooms and things like that, you really want to take that production to the next level and also be able to stream it. Once again, Kairos, great solution for the major big houses of worship. And for corporate video, what I really like about corporate video is, let's say you're a corporation, maybe you're not Fortune 500, but you're a pretty big company. You've got an office building that maybe you own, and maybe it's 5 floors, maybe it's 20 floors, whatever, but there's a lot of empty rooms in it. Well, maybe now what you're thinking about is, I'll set up a studio in one of those rooms. I'll set up the conference room. I'll set up a training room. I'll set up all these different rooms. So with a Kairos system, you can have one production room that produces and controls the video from all these rooms or to all these rooms. So it can really become a big savings when you think about it. Can replace 5 or 6 different production systems with just one production system that's got so much flexibility and capabilities. And Kairos systems, I'm going to be honest with you, you're talking 50 to hundreds of thousands of dollars with this puppy, but it's very, very cool. And it's definitely, that next level of where I think video production, live production, and streaming is going. And that's, NDI was what got us through COVID, great technology, phenomenal. But ST2110 is the new standard that's taking the whole world of broadcast to the very next level. And what else? Create an IP broadcast studio. With the Panasonic and the 2110, this is just an example that you would have if you look here, you see you've got your screen to see everything. You've got the box is the computer, the actual Kairos 200. There's a control surface. There's PTZ cameras like the UE160, and they've got, studio cameras like the HC3900 and the new 4000 are available as well. Plus, you can use converters on your IP converters, ST2110 converters on your cameras to bring them into the production as well. And there's all kinds of stuff that be cobbled together to help you do it. And, we don't have to bring up the lower third here because we're going to tell you, we've got Kairos dealers throughout the country who can help you. And I just want to stress this, give us a call and we'll hook you up with a Kairos dealer near you. We'll ask you some questions about it, and we'll make sure you have the very right equipment for the right job with the right person who can come to your place, help you spec out the whole system, commission it, install it, run wires if you need wires, upgrade your network if your network needs upgrading, and train your people on how to use it. And that's one of the things that I'm really proud about, is that with Videoguys, there's some stuff we can tell you about, but we can't sell you. And this is one of those things that, you need to get a local guy to buy it from you, but we've got a whole bunch of local Kairos resellers across the country who can help you. And if you're not in the US, you're watching our show, give us a call. We'll get you the international number for Panasonic. And once again, what I recommend, if you're interested in this product, give us a call. We'll hook you up with a local reseller. You'll set up a demo with the local reseller and Panasonic. They'll give you the demo. And then from there, they'll start speccing the system and going over what you need and what you could do. But once again, the Kairos is a revolutionary new system from Panasonic. And if you're doing a large-scale venue, professional venue, if you're doing house of worship, corporate video, I'm going to say education because I'm talking about a venue within an educational facility like a big college, you definitely want to give Kairos a shot. I did a whole show today, so if we can, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the slide deck. I hate doing this because I know it makes everyone nauseous, but it was all about the Panasonic product line, and we went into the PTZ cameras, we went into the PTZ controllers, we talked about their new outdoor camera, and we talked about their new affordable switcher. So Panasonic Connect, Videoguys, we're here. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. Please, the usual hype, like us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, all that good social media stuff that helps us reach more people. We appreciate tremendously. Give us your questions in our chat and through Facebook and on YouTube. This is Gary for Videoguys. Peace.
Videoguys is available Monday through Friday. Give us a call at 1-800-323-2325. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay connected with all of our updates. And you can like us on Facebook. Keep an eye out for our live videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.